What's up, everyone? It is Monday, July 8th. It's currently 4:45. First run of the week is 7 easy with strides. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
All right, what's up, everyone? Monday run complete, 7.7 miles at an 8:43 pace. Average heart rate 129. There we go. That's what you want to see. All right. Big tempo workout tomorrow. Catch you there.
Good morning, everyone. It is currently 4:45 a.m. We are about to head out to the track for see what we got for the workout. It's 2-mile warm up and strides, 2.5 mile tempo at 6:40 pace, and then we have a half mile kind of cool down, and then a recover period rather, and then we have 2 by 1 mile repeats at 6:30 with a minute 15 standing rest between those mile repeats. So then cool down. So I believe it'll be about 9 miles of work. It'll be a tough one, but I'm pretty confident I can knock it out. We'll see how it goes. But in terms of shoes with the workout, I'm rocking the Endorphin Pro 3s. But yeah, probably not going to record while I'm out there because I'll be with a group and obviously want to focus on the workout. But I'll catch y'all afterwards and we'll break down the splits.
All right, what's up, everyone? Getting back from that track workout. I thought it went pretty well. Let me pull it up here on my end. We can kind of go through it together. So again, 2-mile warm up at an average 8:16 pace, and then going right into that 2.5 mile tempo. I averaged 6:43 for the duration of the tempo, but it took a little while to get the legs moving. You know, the body felt fine, breathing felt fine. Just for whatever reason, it just seemed like I had a little bit of fatigued legs. And that first mile, it took a bit to kind of get going. So it was a 6:50 first mile. Mile 2 is a 6:42, and then that last half mile to round out the 2.5 mile tempo was a 6:33. So it again averaged out to 6:43, and I was shooting for a 6:40, so not too bad of a miss. But it's just something to be mindful of is it took me a little bit to get going in that first mile. And then to that half mile recovery, 8:47, just taking it nice and chill. And then getting into the mile repeats, so I only had 2, but first one was a 6:26, and then a minute 15 seconds of standing recovery. And then the second mile repeat was a 6:30, and then recovery, and then cool down 2 miles, 8:09 average pace, coming out in total for a little over 9 miles at work. I guess 9 miles ran with 4.5 miles of true work at an average pace for the entire run at the 7:33. Overall, pretty happy with the run. Obviously wish it would have been a little bit more even pacing on the tempo. Next up on the agenda is this will be a double day for me, so I'll do strength work in the evening. I'll probably do a little bit lighter strength on the lower body side of things, then some upper body, and then maybe a bit of core. Or maybe instead of upper body, it might just be back and then core. We'll see how it goes. I'm mainly doing strength-based. On some of the accessory lifts, maybe a little bit more of hypertrophy, but just trying to feel strong. I'm not trying to necessarily put on muscle, but in particular with the lower body, you can't guarantee anything, but I feel like the more strength work you're able to manage and put in the work in the weight room, particularly with the lower body, it's kind of like an insurance policy to make sure those little flare-ups don't really bother you too much when you're running higher mileage. So that's all I got. All right, what's up, everyone? Just got back from lifting. Apologies, I got my dishwasher going in the background here, so if you hear some random noise. But let me pull up the workout I just did. I went with some lower body strength as well as some upper body, so I guess a total body session. Emphasis on the lower body was to get some good work in, but not kind of fatigue the system too much, right? So like you can see the first thing, that's not really right, but I did do kettlebell single leg RDLs, but then I also did, it says low box single leg squat. I couldn't find a good name for it on Train Heroic, the app I use. I actually really like Train Heroic. I've used it for a while. Candidly, I'm not great at recording my workouts. Like, it's just not something I pay too much attention to, but since I'm recording this, I felt probably should. But I did what they're called skater squats. We did them in college, but I don't think I did it quite right. Because I did like 25-pound kettlebells and then 35. I progressed up, but I think you're just supposed to use the weight as a counterbalance. It's just a way to do like basically a single leg squat variation that you don't have to load a whole lot to get some work out of the quads. But then I did the single leg RDL with 44-pound kettlebells in each hand, 668 and then 668. Second block or superset of lower body was hamstring curls. So I get those little sliders, like you might see them, instead of laying down, you're on your back and you have, basically you're trying to squeeze your glutes, keep your glutes and core engaged, and then doing a hamstring curl. Those are a pretty tough variation on the slides. And then doing some kettlebell dead bugs. And basically, when you do them right, they're actually pretty tough. And then going into upper body, wasn't anything crazy, just did 4x5 on the bench, dumbbell bench, using 70-pound dumbbells, and then a single arm dumbbell row, 4x6, with using an 85-pound dumbbell, and then finished up with 4x6 pull-ups. Typically with my pull-ups, it is just going till failure, and I was pretty taxed, so it's pretty simple 4x6 there. But yeah, so that was my strength session for today. I've kind of been tweaking and experimenting with my strength work because I'd love to be able to go like heavy legs twice a week, but I end up with some really fatigued legs by Thursday, and I'm like, man, I don't know how sustainable this is. So I've just been doing legs on Saturday, at least, legs Saturday after the long runs, but I'm trying to work in on Tuesdays some strength work, but very low weight, and just finding different movements where I can still get good work with the quads, good work of the posterior chain, like your glutes, hamstrings, but not, trying to put too much fatigue on the central nervous system and the legs overall. And then obviously upper body is mainly strength based. I guess you go into that for 6 to 8 rep range. Now you're starting to look a little bit and kind of blurring the lines with strength and hypertrophy, but I don't venture too much from like 3x5, 4x5, 4x6 on those two movements. I don't really venture too much from those movements at all, but that's mainly it for strength today. I'll probably do another strength session, just mainly upper body, may do some accessories, do a little bicep work just to feel good about myself. And then Saturday will be legs, and then that one I'll do like a heavier barbell split squat, and then like a single leg dumbbell hip thrust or something like that. But that's all I got. Tomorrow morning we got 8 miles easy. Again, I'll be doing the run with a run group, so probably won't bring the GoPro along. We'll work our way into that, but yeah, that's all I got. Hope you all are having a great week so far. Let's go after it and attack the rest of the week.
All right, what's up, everyone? It is 4:47 on Wednesday, July 10th. About to go meet up some friends and do 8 miles easy. Catch y'all later. What's up, everyone? It is 4:53, Thursday, July 11th. Today I have 9 miles easy. Not gonna lie, it was pretty tough getting up this morning, but we're gonna knock this thing out and have some fun. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. But yeah, forgot I was supposed to record yesterday for the Wednesday run, so I'll have to do that later today.
All right, what's up, everyone? Just finished my Thursday morning easy run. Let's throw this thing around. So we got 9.21 miles, hour 18, 8:29. I don't know why it's not focusing, but whatever. That's all I got. Catch you later.
All right. Good morning, everyone. It is Friday, July 12th. It's actually 5:44. So I actually slept in an extra hour. So there was a slight change of plan last night. Instead of doing a strength training session, I found out that there was a run group that was doing a run last night, Thursday evening. So instead of doing strength, I went to that. Met some really cool people. If you're in the Dallas area and you have the opportunity to run with Endorphins, great group of people and highly recommend. But yeah, just did a couple miles with them. I didn't get home till pretty late, so I slept in an extra hour and don't know how I feel, but we're gonna get these 5 miles in on this wonderful Friday in some strides, and then get ready for the long run on Saturday tomorrow.
All right, what's up, everyone? 5 miles in strides complete. Average heart rate of 130, 5.53 miles in total. At an 8:21 minute per mile pace. That's all I got. Got the long run tomorrow and then a strength session tomorrow afternoon.
All right, good morning, people of this fine world. It is Saturday, July 13th. It is currently 4:45. About to go hit this long run, 13 miles, easy, steady mileage. I gotta get moving, or else I'm gonna be late meeting up with the group. So later.
What's up, everyone? It's Saturday afternoon. Going to recap my Saturday long run and then my Saturday afternoon strength session, which I just got back from a few minutes ago. Not minutes, a couple hours actually. So it was 13 miles, easy or steady. I was running with some pretty quick people, so it ended up being 13.29 miles at, let's see, an average pace of 7:42. Average heart rate of 147, so it was a bit more steady. You know, we did drop down to the low, like 720s. I think 1 mile is 7:15, so a little bit more steady effort on the long runs, but coach is totally cool with that. It certainly helps rolling with some fast people that are kind of dragging me along. But moving into the lift, starting off, you know, we're prioritizing the lower body here, so starting off with a barbell split squat, and then supersetting that. I know it doesn't show supersetted, but doing payoff press. Last part of that superset is just a simple single leg calf raise, hand of which the leg is doing the calf raise, just doing it with a 45-pound kettlebell. Typically I like to wait and do the ancillary lifts later, but just due to what equipment was available, had to go right into the hamstring curl of 668, and then pull-ups, which is just 4 by as many reps as possible, and I went 9987. And then did kind of transition to a bit of lower body with the single leg hip thrust, going 668, so 6 reps, 8, and with a 90 for that first set just to get me comfortable with the movement, and then going 100, so I feel like pretty good there. I just haven't really done that exercise in a while, so I didn't want to push the weight too much. And with that, I'm not doing like the other leg that's not being worked. I'm completely in the air. I am using it kind of like a kickstand for support, so it's just there to for balance purposes, but still really trying to get a good work of the posterior chain with the glutes in particular, but also a little bit of the hamstring with that single leg hip thrust. And then, you know, old reliable 1 arm dumbbell row, 668 with the 85-pound dumbbell. And then finally did 4 sets. So went 5, 5, 5, 7. Oh, it says 50. This should be 150. So I was doing 75-pound dumbbells. So let me update that real quick. So yeah, that was a workout today. Typically, I try to be aware of fatigue levels lifting after the long run. I think you're totally fine to, you know, at least from my experience, I'm able to manage fatigue where I can still get a quality session in after a long run. I just gotta, one, make sure I feel very well, replenish carbohydrate stores right after the run, get a good breakfast in. And then I typically wait about 3 hours or so at the minimum before I go back into a strength session after a run. But then also during the lift, being just mindful of fatigue levels. And if I ever feel like I'm so fatigued that I'm jeopardizing my form and risk of injury going, you know, when your form is a little bit compromised, then, you know, obviously the risk of injury is a little bit higher. So if that ever does happen, I'm either cutting the sets short or lowering the weight, just being very mindful of that. So that's all I got. Transitioning to a weekly recap. All right, so weekly recap with the long run today at 13 miles puts me at 56:51 for the week, about 7 hours and 39 minutes of running. Wow. So this is actually probably the highest mileage I've done since, well, technically during my first marathon build, I did a long run on a Sunday, and then the following week did a long run on a Saturday. So within like a 6-day frame, I did back-to-back 22 milers. So obviously, I think if you were to count those in 1 week, technically I would have been in like the 60s, but I didn't really do that. So, but outside of that, I think this might be the highest mileage for me. Obviously a little bit higher than anticipated with going to that social run on Thursday evening, but all in all, I feel like a great work week for me. Looking ahead, I have a 3-mile time trial on Tuesday, and coach just wanted me to let it rip, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be I'm going to show up Tuesday morning ready to roll, be dialed in and ready to really push myself and see where my fitness is at. So that's all I got. Thanks for sticking around. I know these first couple of videos are going to be a little bit hard to get through. I'm kind of drinking from a fire hose here, trying to learn YouTube, learn how to edit. Man, this stuff takes a while to edit. I wouldn't really anticipate that, but we are learning and improving, and I'm excited for the future. I will say this, I don't know if there's gonna be any footage of me on my runs. I did have a GoPro with me and trying to capture some of that footage, but it was not very good if I'm being candid. Nonetheless, we are pushing forward here. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm pumped for the future of what this channel has in store. That's all I got. Do the work. Peace.